Last time on Sister Cities, Beijing and New York City.
Bridget, so this is it. Now we're inside the Statue of Liberty's head.
This is incredible.
我希望所有只要来到北京的人都能很自豪地说我是一个北京人。
Let's compare the two.
Oh, okay. Great bagel. First bagel is great. The creative, the bold, the unique, the strange, the unusual, things that just like catch my eye.
It's like we're walking through a swarm of bees. Oh my gosh. This is so cool.
It's now afternoon in Beijing, and people here are starting to think about the commute home. But in just a few years, this daily chore might be radically different. Baidu is a Beijing company at the forefront of the driverless car revolution. This old steel mill called Shougang Park is now an incubator for cutting-edge companies. And it's here that Baidu is teaching its driverless cars how to navigate Beijing and the world.
The driverless car is going to come pick me up, no one is driving it, and then I'm going to get into it on my own. Looks like I get in the back. This is honestly so strange. I'm a bit nervous, not going to lie. I hope to see you guys soon. Wish me luck.
It's definitely a leap of faith when you step into a driverless car. But Beijing is a fast-growing city with almost 8 million cars on the road already. So companies like Baidu are trying to steer Beijing towards a safer future.
因为它不像人开车，有时候可能会需要 break rules。然后其次呢，是通过我们现在这些算法的改进，然后它的行驶策略，它会去实时感知周边的情况，去选择一个更加合理的路线。对，技术进步的特别的快，我们其实每次算法跟技术的迭代，都会让整一个就乘坐体验会变得更好。它能够去处理到路上的很多的紧急情况，然后能够让坐在后排的人一开始会很紧张，但2分钟后 like everything's okay.
Yeah.
You just get used to it.
太谢谢你让我体验一下。
谢谢，你会愿意跟他一起开在路上，而不是跟一个就是一个比较野蛮的司机。
Oh, this is so weird. This is completely wild. We are in the car. There is no one driving, yet the steering wheel is moving. So we have a green light. We have some people crossing the road. So this is a big test. Will the car stop? Oh, the car beeped. The driverless car beeped, and these pedestrians are so confused. Like, where's the driver? Who just beeped me? That was hilarious. Man, this is so strange. I mean, for me, this is completely novel. But I know for my children's generation or my children's children's generation, this is just going to be so commonplace. One day, I'll be telling them a story of, oh, your old grandma, one day, she had her first ever drive in a driverless car. They'll be like, whoa, grandma, you're so old. So we're back at our starting point. This is something I can see myself doing in the future, but it is quite a special moment to be experiencing literally the future for the first time.
Beijing and New York City are both high-tech centers, but they're also cities with long memories. And because New York is a city of immigrants, Chinese culture has a great meaning here. And in the borough of Queens, an ancient Chinese story is playing out every day in light and shadow.
But he found that life at the top of the food chain wasn't as easy as it seemed.
How did these puppets make their way all the way from Beijing to New York City?
In 1930, there's an American lady, her name is Pauline Benton. She went to Beijing and she asked her aunt, can I ever sing a traditional Chinese shadow show? And she find a company perform in the backyard. And then she asked master to make hundreds, maybe even more than 1,000, and then brought them to America.
This is Chinese Theater Works, forming here at the China Institute.
My prime minister must be.
Guang Yufeng and Stephen Kaplan are the guardians of the Pauline Benton Shadow Puppet Collection. Priceless treasures from Beijing, brought to New York City a century ago. Today, this art form endures as a living connection between these sister cities.
To be or not.
Why do you think they work with contemporary audiences?
This is like an ancestor of film. It's animation. We have an important spiritual reason to keep this in culture, and I think it's important to share with Chinese American and also American to know about Chinese culture. Whenever we perform this one, especially Chinese American children, they got so excited because they feel proud their culture from hometown be presented to and to share with other people. You like a ginger tea?
Ginger tea, that would be great.
You guys have been having all the fun, holding these puppets up and playing around with them. I want to give it a little try. Where do I even start? What's the proper technique?
That's right. Both hands holding the both sticks. Right, and you have to find the balance, so you won't crack it like that. You have to find, just thinking about it's a real animal, how the animal will move, and then you just make that happen.
I mean, 2,000 years is a long time for these shadow puppets to be around. Why do you think it works with today's audiences?
It bypasses the language, and people just concentrate on the images. That appeals to everybody, because it hits something that's very human, this way of telling stories through moving images, which these shadow puppets are the oldest example of. All these incredible digital platforms we have are just kind of grown out of this very, very basic combination of a light, an object, and a screen.
Chinese theatre is a masterful interplay of art and drama, whether it's expressed by a shadow puppet or a human face. This young woman is being prepared for a performance of Beijing Opera, an art form that's at least 400 years old and one of China's great cultural connections to the past. At the Tianqiao Art Center, a new generation of artists is learning how to keep this cherished art form alive. Historically, men performed all the roles in Beijing Opera. But about a century ago, women entered the spotlight, asserting themselves as the premier performers of an ancient art. Shi Chao is senior manager of the opera, ushering in a new generation of artists.
它是一个非常非常美的一个舞台的表演艺术。
哇，那保护这个国宝，这个多么有历史的文化、传统文化，应该挺重要嘛。
好，咱们先喊喊嗓子啊！首先说一遍要领，一个是预备的时候，手叉腰，我们要往上走，对不对？对不对？
那你有兴趣想要学习这个表演艺术吗？
我愿意，但我怕得罪别人的那个耳朵，因为我唱的有一点难听。
啊，不会啊，为什么？你会觉得？
因为我觉得我唱歌有一点听起来一个那个 cat 一个猫。
哦，那你的声音其实很适合学习京剧。你。
所以我们第一句是，哎，天到这个时候了，就是天已经这样了。哎，天到这个时候了，哎，天到这个时候了。对，非常好，是不是？好不好？好不好？好吗？
谢谢。好紧张，你叫我干嘛
？There's clearly real joy here, and a new generation's passion to continue this ancient art form. Beijing Opera today is a time machine into the past, when life and art were allowed to take their time. Even just applying the makeup can take 2 to 3 hours.
因为大家随着我们的生活节奏越来越快，其实大家会更喜欢非常非常多特别快捷的或者说变异的这种艺术模式。但京剧我们看到了，它连一个上妆或者说一个表演，它都要准备一整个下午。
保护这种传统文化应该挺重要嘛？
是的，是的，因为非常重要。
我们也谢谢 Amy， 今天她来参与我们的课程，好吗？谢谢她，
谢谢。
然后我们给她一个拥抱，好吗？来。
Oh my god！ 谢谢。
So the performing arts are alive and well in Beijing and New York City. And as Manhattan settles into nighttime, there's one neighborhood that has always shined brightest under the stars: Harlem. For over 100 years, Harlem has been at the center of Black culture in New York and America. This is the home of the Harlem Renaissance, where Black artists like Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, and Langston Hughes found their voice and shared them with the world.
Harlem is all the states in the universe wrapped in one. Because here in Harlem, you meet anybody and everybody.
This is Amy Ruth's, one of Harlem's most celebrated restaurants. In this small kitchen, Sister Jeanette Robinson makes her legendary soul food, one of the cuisines that's most deeply connected to the African American experience. From collard greens to sweet potatoes to fried chicken and waffles, Sister Jeanette Robinson offers her guests a meal and a moment that is truly American comfort food.
My grandmother taught me how to persevere, to do everything exceptionally well. You have to work hard at doing whatever you do.
So she taught you to really take pride in everything you do?
Absolutely.
And one thing Jeanette takes pride in that brings the world to her door is her fantastic fried chicken.
Our secret is to pre-season the chicken and let it marinate 24 hours or even longer. You can do the same thing at home. And not only does it give a better taste, but it digests better. Okay, now we're gonna put the seasoning on it. Would you like to do the honors? Okay, now you're gonna work it.
Work it,
It's
rub it in?
It's like making love to the chicken. You gotta like,
Oh, okay, really have
yeah,
at
like
it.
really, like
All
really
right.
making love, woman.
Make sure every bit is covered. Give it the massage party it needs.
And touch it with love.
That's the secret ingredient too,
Yeah,
isn't
look.
it?
Yes, ma'am. Just pull the skin down.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Now you're gonna flour. You're gonna just thread it in the flour on both sides.
On both sides.
Yes, ma'am. If you don't coat it good, it's not gonna fry properly. Make sure when you cook something, you want to taste the love. You have to taste the love in the food. Otherwise, the person is not going to enjoy the food. You must treat everyone like family. You will spray the bottom and the top.
While many cultures fry chicken, this dish becomes uniquely soul food when you put it on a waffle.
Just 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then we got ourselves a waffle.
Yes. That's your waffle dance. Go ahead, girl. Work it like it.
This is the perfect waffle.
It's very hot.
It's good though, huh? This is your classic, comforting, soul-nourishing chicken and waffle combo. Look at this. We got a little bit of waffle, we got a little chicken, and the right amount of syrup.
Oh my God. Sister, this is amazing. Thank you, thank you.
Sister Jeanette's cooking is more than food. It really is soulful medicine that should be taken every day. Born right here in Harlem, New York City.
Harlem has inspired me to know that every individual is a king or a queen. We all have the ability to climb and be a better person, to be appreciative, to be loving, to be kind.
So is that why you stuck around?
Yes, that's what made me survive in Harlem.
In Beijing and New York, the subways don't just carry you through the city, they can also carry you through history. And tonight, I'm having a traditional Beijing dinner, first served thousands of years ago, supposedly to Genghis Khan. All I know is I'm going to enjoy a classic hot pot at one of the city's finest restaurants, Koufuju. Chef Duan Jihui knows this recipe may be 1,000 years old, but modern technology has made his prep time a lot more manageable.
有规格。
哇，好薄啊！
对，1.2到1.5毫米是。
It's so thin. I mean, he was just telling me that, you know, these days they obviously have a machine, but in the olden days, it used to have to be done by hand. And I mean, that would be a real art in itself.
不一定直接，直接涮起来口感非常的好。
哦，要我看着都饿了，等我回去吃吧。谢谢你。
没事。
哎呀，哎你好，好久不见，好久不见。哎呀，哦，真的很开心看到你们了。
When I lived in Beijing, Meng Zai and her mum were two of my best friends. They're a mother and daughter, and they always made me feel like family. The perfect folks to share a hot pot with.
它的这个锅呢，你看啊，就是人家说啊，中间呢其实是有火有那个炭，它呢正好是这整个一个环绕的这个受热啊，也就比较好，因为它那个中间的水就能开。
So one thing I've learned during my time here in Beijing is that every dish has a meaning. So I've just learned that this hot pot, because it's round, it symbolizes getting together with friends. I mean, that's so appropriate right now. I just love how food here in Beijing is just so symbolic for so many reasons. And I guess at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity to get together, eat, catch up like we're doing right now.
你觉得先吃哪一个比较好？
其实呢，按我来常理说呢，我们都是肯定会先吃那个。
The secret to enjoying a hot pot is selecting your favorite slices of meat and then immersing them in the boiling broth.
可以先展示一下应该怎么？
我先展示一下，再搁进去以后呢，这样。
After a minute or so, the meat is ready for some spices, greens, and an amazing dipping sauce.
Let's try this lamb.
你吃一口，你尝尝。
这个酱是绝了，
酱麻酱。
然后。
为什么？
It's such a communal experience eating from a hot pot. And it turns out the origins of this dish has nothing to do with restaurants. According to Beijingers, it started with Kublai Khan.
威烈他们在打仗的时候，然后又饥又饿，冬天又冷，他就传这个厨师来。厨师来了以后看。 吃什么呀？能抵御寒冷啊？然后就是那个随便拿出一块羊肉来，他们那个刀工特别好，削得特别薄，就直接削了10几片放在里边，涮了涮，然后蘸了点盐，吃得特别香。
Hot pots may have originated on the Mongolian steppes, but Beijingers have embraced it for centuries. It's another example of how Beijing and New York both embrace ancient origins without losing sight of a bright future.
你觉得所谓北京人意味着什么？
其实我更喜欢北京的，就是中国几个大城市的包容性，就是这样子，我可以遇到更多的人，比如说我遇到你，就是这是让我觉得非常开心的事情，就是我能在这个城市里面有更多的机会，然后去认识更多的人，结交到更多的人。其实我是更希望就是全球能够就是在一起的这种感觉，这是让我觉得，这个城市的未来是就是会变成这个样子。
咱们那个艾米人倒到杯里边，然后我们俩祝你呗，祝你永远幸福哦。谢谢。好。
Like my young friend said, whether you're in Beijing or New York, we all want a shared future that draws us closer. And here in the former industrial park called the 798 Art District, an old factory has been reinvented as an artist colony, where Chinese creators can express their own vision of life in the modern world. This is the Beijing Modern Dance Company. It feels so different from the Beijing Opera I visited earlier. But Beijing today makes room for the old and the new. Artistic director Gao Yanjinzi is a pioneering force in Chinese modern dance. She's led this influential company around the globe for almost 3 decades.
北京是一个面向世界的一个城市。我想北京的氛围其实应该说是代表中国，也是面向世界。
能够把你的舞蹈分享给那么多人，是什么感觉呢？
舞蹈对我来说是一个很神奇的东西。当你找到这个情感的时候，你做任何动作都是对的，
不用完全背靠着朝不同的方向。对，比如我像这样，他像这样，但是我们互相要感觉到对方。头。我热爱舞蹈，这个是热爱生命的一个样子。如果大家马上跳舞，就可以看到一个更好的、更美好的自己，而且他可以以很善的状态看待这个世界和万物。我觉得，也许这是舞蹈里面另外一番意义。
And tonight in New York, that same spirit of filling the world with kindness is echoing through the streets of Brooklyn. This is Brownstone Jazz, named after the classic homes that have lined New York City for over 200 years. It was founded almost 20 years ago by Debbie McLean. She has turned this living room into a convening of artists and jazz lovers. She was raised here in Brooklyn, and now honors her ancestors by keeping jazz alive for fans old and new.
This room represents sound to me. It's a spirit to it. It's a feeling that you got. That's something that touches your soul.
Of all the places that you can host jazz concerts and jazz shows, why here? Why in this room?
It's the most perfect setting. You're home. You're removed from the whole element of the outside world. You are in your living room. It's when it touches your soul. I don't care where you're from. You're a human being. You got blood, a heart, mind, body, and spirit. That's what this is.
Listening to these men find their music, find their voice, feels like the perfect way to end our day. Over 20 million people live in and around New York City.
And over 20 million people live in and around Beijing.
But somehow, both cities have enough space to let you find yourself, be yourself, and express yourself in a unique way.
Maybe that's what binds us all together.
This is incredible.
The struggle to know where we come from and to honor our histories. Beijing and New York City are two of the most powerful cities in the world.
All right, cheers.
But what that really means is that they're two of the most human cities in the world. Perhaps that's what makes each city strong. That their power doesn't rise from towering buildings. It comes from the souls who inhabit them.
And the voices they share, side by side,
as sister cities.